Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to talk about summer fun. No, more like summer bills. In the summertime, I know for me at least, my electricity bill goes up and my gas bill goes down because our gas controls our heating and our electricity controls our air conditioning. So during the summertime is when I try to focus on certain things to keep those bills lower. In this video, I want to talk about 10 practical tips that can help you live below your means, reduce your cost of living during the summer months. Let's get started. The first one is to use that oven less. The oven is fantastic during the winter months. Turn it on, use it to cook your meals, and it also heats up your home without having to raise that gas bill. But during the summer months is when we need to try to stay away from oven use as much as possible. Using the toaster oven, the air fryer, the grill, and the microwave. For instance, the microwave in particular, here we go, if my speech will work today, uses 20% of the electricity that the oven does. Plus, you don't have to heat up the entire house. For me, I love the microwave for things like potatoes, whether I'm making hash browns or mashed potatoes or just a baked potato. If I don't want to use the oven, which can take an hour and a half to make a baked potato, or I don't want to use the stove for as long to make some, hash browns with some eggs in the morning maybe, what I'll do is take a potato, wash it, poke a few holes in it, take a couple of paper towels, dampen them, wrap the potato in those paper towels, put them in the microwave for about 3 to 4 minutes, and it tenderizes the potato. For instance, not for mashed potatoes, but for hash browns, I'll just then take off the skin, chop it up, cube it up, and then you saute it to get that nice crunch. It definitely saves you a lot of time, and it most certainly saves a lot of electricity. Number 2 talks about line drying, not using the dryer. And for many people, dryers aren't even a thing, but for where I am in the country, we use dryers quite frequently. So to be able to cut back on that use, especially during the summer months, not only saves you money, but for me, it brings back memories of when my parents and my grandparents both had clotheslines outside. There was no restrictions on that type of thing back then, and we would have our sheets that would be out there during the day, and they would get the scent of honeysuckle, and then you put them on the bed, and as you go to sleep, you would smell that warm summer day all over again. Now, the great thing about the line drying is you don't have to have all that open space. Perhaps you do have restrictions where you can't have them, but they have them today where you can attach them inside your shower, and you can pull a line, and you could do it that way, or the ones that unfold. Another thing that I like to do with dryer usage is to just let something dry, a pile of clothes in the washing machine, let them dry for just about 10 minutes. And what that does is it helps release those wrinkles, and it gets that heavy dampness out, which can sometimes weigh down those drying racks, and it helps produce that little bit of softness that you also get from the dryer. So just using it for 10 minutes can also be very helpful and keep your bill low. If you haven't cut the cable cord yet, this is probably the best time to do it during the summer months when maybe you have vacations or you just plan on spending a lot more time outside. You can get out, go for walks, and you don't have to be inside where it's cold outside. You're trying to stay warm, watching television. Now is the time to cut that cable. What you can do is try it out for a couple of months, 2 to 3 months, and see if you really miss it or if there are some other alternatives. And I guarantee you that if you call that company up after the end of the summer and you say, I want to come back, they will be more than happy to sign you back up, and you just might actually even get the promotional price of a new customer. Number 4, I am seeing these signs everywhere. Everybody is having their community garage sales. Now is the time to go check them out. One thing I learned early on in my life when my mother and I used to go garage selling is you have to get there early to get the best things. So see if your kids need what the next size and the next season might be, so you can kind of eye that when you go. Hey, you may have a really good eye for collectibles that you can resell on eBay. I know a lot of people do that. Just don't collect too much junk. Beware of that. Also, just check out your needs and wants list. I've talked about a needs and wants list, keeping it on Google Notes. This is a great place to always pin down the things that you see in passing that you might need or you might want, and you might be able to find those things at a great discount at a garage sale. Alternatively, clean out your house, have your own garage sale, and put a little bit more cash in your pocket. Number 5, we have ceiling fans in all the bedrooms and in our living room of this house. It is one thing that we absolutely could not have in a home. We love our ceiling fans, and just remember, these things use 1/10 of the electricity that your AC uses. Why not help support that AC unit and turn on that fan? Now, if you have watched my winter tips, you'll know that there is a little button, usually on most ceiling fans, which turn the fan to go the opposite direction, and what that does is help draw heat down. Don't forget though, if you are switching over and you did do that, to switch it back so you do turn the fan the best way for the summer months. Number 6, my favorite time of the year is the summer regarding food, because I love vegetables. I'm obsessed with vegetables. Fruit, I've always been not the best sour, sweet kind of eater. I never liked candy or fruit, a ton of fruit. I'll eat a banana, but it's not as sweet. I always love chocolate if I'm going to have a sweet tooth. But to talk about summer vegetables, fresh grown summer vegetables, my favorite thing. This is the time of the year to start making your meals with more fresh vegetables. Pick them up at your local farmer's market. They're usually less expensive at the grocery store, and use less meat. You don't have to have a huge portion of meat on your plate in order for it to be an appropriate dinner. Years ago, we started out with just doing meatless Mondays. It's a great thing to put into place just to see if maybe you can make a few of those meals have no meat whatsoever. I think you'll see that it actually is very possible, and your family might actually enjoy it. Then you might end up doing it more nights a week. Meat's expensive. Right now, during the summertime, try to eat a little bit less meat, maybe a couple times a week, and put more of those fresh vegetables while they're delicious and at a great price. Number 7, do not forget to replace your AC filters. This is a very expensive piece of equipment in your house. When something goes wrong with it, it tends to always be pretty hurtful to the pocket. So set those Google Calendar reminders so that every month, if that's the frequency you have to replace your filter, that you do so you don't forget. Our minds get so busy with everything else we have going on in our lives, trying to manage our money in 50,000 ways and our family as well. This is one thing that you want to go ahead and set up automatically to remind yourself. We do the same thing with the dog's medicine. Actually, it's fine. It always falls on the exact same time of the month. We change the air filter, the dog gets his medicine, we go through the house and check underneath all the sinks to make sure there are no leaks. It is always a reoccurring time. I believe it's the 27th of every month. Why it fell on the 27th, I don't know, but neither here nor there. The bottom line here is these pieces of equipment, we want them to live their best lives, their longest lives, have the best chance of longevity that we can. And if we take care of them like we do our vehicles, then they have a higher chance of being easier on us and our pockets. Number 8, free entertainment. Now is when there are so many more inexpensive or free things to do. You've got your towns or your counties or your states doing all kinds of fun things during the summer. Take a look at maybe your local news channel, maybe your local blog post, and they will have lists of all the things that you may not even know are happening in your community. Now's the best time. Go to the library. So many kids activities, festivals, outdoor concerts, things that maybe you have to pay a small parking fee, but overall the enjoyment of it is worth it, and you don't have to pay a lot for some good entertainment. Number 9 are blinds, and closing them specifically in the summertime. One of the best investments you'll see behind us, we have wood shutters, and we absolutely love obviously the look of them, but they have been amazing at keeping the sunshine out and darkening a room where we don't have to have curtains or any other type of window covering. Now, regardless if you have blinds or curtains or whatever it may be, being conscious of making sure you're closing off those blinds on the areas of the home where the sun's coming through. So if it's coming through at a certain pattern, going through and turning the blinds in that particular area. For instance, our bedroom in the morning, my husband and I, very sunny, we'll keep them closed. As it moves through the day, we may open those up to get some of that natural light in, but my daughter's room gets the heat of the afternoon, so we pretty much keep her shutters closed throughout the entire day, or her bedroom turns into an oven no matter what the air conditioning is turned on. So keeping those shutters closed or your blinds closed in those areas where the sun is at its peak definitely will help your air conditioning to be coming on less often. And number 10, when you might think about going on vacation or enjoying a nice getaway during the summer, don't forget that the power of a short trip. A short 2 to 3 night vacation, not even that far away from you, can be just as impactful as a week-long vacation. And oftentimes, it can be less stressful. It's less time you have to pack for, less time you have to worry about being away from the house, less times you have to continually eat out because maybe you're in a hotel and there's no way to cook any type of little meal. Small vacations can definitely save you a lot of money, and you could still get the impact of getting time away with family and friends. The other thing with small vacations is you might be able to do more than one of them, maybe 2 or 3, and experience different areas and get multiple times of having a vacation versus one location that you might have chosen to go on for a week or more. Tell me what you think is a great summer frugal living tip. Let me know down in the comments below. I would love some great ideas from my viewers. You guys are so intelligent and so helpful, and definitely do give me tips in pretty much every video in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, it also helps my channel to click on that like button. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. That way you know when I have another video coming out.